Alright, I get it. Souls-like games are intimidating. You complain, people tell you to get good, and memorizing attack patterns to take down insane bosses just might seem like a headache waiting to happen. But not every Souls-like is designed to break you, necessarily. Some of them actually respect your time and actually ease you into the challenge and don't leave you stuck on a boss for like 3 days straight. So today we're breaking down the top 10 starter Souls-like games that'll get you into the genre without completely ruining your sanity. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, we got Black Myth Wukong. I know the developers themselves said that the game isn't a Souls-like, but you know what? It's challenging nonetheless. It's also one of the most visually stunning and fluid games we've seen in a while outside of Lies of P. The movement is smooth, the parry system is tight, and you play as a literal mythological warrior with shapeshifting abilities. You get magic, you get different combat styles, and some of the most cinematic fights you'll find in any Souls-like. So while it's still not technically a Souls-like, the game is tough, and the animations and responsiveness makes it feel fair, which is perfect for players new to the genre. And you can pick this one up on PC and the PlayStation 5. And at number 9, we got Lords of the Fallen. Now, Lords of the Fallen came out in 2023, and yes, it had some performance issues and a whole bunch of other stuff that was going on with it, but it's a true Souls-like in every sense, all right? You get your big bosses, you get the weighty combat, and some deep RPG mechanics. So it might seem a little daunting at first, but what makes this a solid beginner-friendly pick is its co-op systems. So if you're struggling, right, you can bring in a friend to struggle with you. So that takes some of the pressure off. Plus, they got the Umbral Realm. So that means when you die, you get a second shot at survival instead of getting sent straight back to the checkpoint. That alone makes it more forgiving than your typical Souls experience. And this is available on PC, PS5, and Xbox. At number 8, we got Ashen. If you love the idea of a Souls-like but wish it was a little less punishing, Ashen might be the game for you. It's got that classic stamina-based combat that we all know and love, but with more of an open world exploration heavy approach. The game has co-op, so it lets you team up with a friend or an AI companion, which makes the journey way more manageable. So it's not as brutally difficult as Dark Souls, but it still captures the tense strategic combat that makes the genre fun. And you could get this one on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. And at number 7, we got Another Crab's Treasure. This is probably one of the most unique Souls-likes on the list because you play as a hermit crab named Krill with a vendetta. Yep, I'm serious. Essentially, you fell on hard times, you lost your shell, and now you gotta survive the mean underwater streets of the ocean. So the game is really tongue-in-cheek in its art style and its story. So this is a colorful, quirky Souls-like that replaces traditional armor with literal trash. I'm serious. I'm talking about cans and bottles, you name it. But don't let the goofy visuals fool you though. Like this game has tight combat mechanics and a difficulty curve that ramps up as you go. Like I fought a lobster that sounded like Yosemite Sam and he wrecked me a couple times. So this is definitely not one that you sleep on. But because it has a lighter tone and it's more approachable in its design, it's one of the best ways for newcomers to experience the Souls-like formula without diving straight into the deep end. And you can get this one on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. At number 6, we got Death's Door. Now, if you love Zelda-style action games but want something with a Souls-like challenge, Death's Door is the perfect middle ground for that. It's an isometric action RPG where you play as a tiny crow collecting souls. Combat is precise and skill-based, but you don't have to worry about fighting the same boss for 6 hours straight. For players who like tight, rewarding combat but don't want the hardcore punishment, this is one of the best intro Souls-likes out there. And this is available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. At number 5, we got the First Berserker Khazan. So Khazan brings a faster, more flashier combat system that's more in line with something like Devil May Cry, but still has that Souls-like challenge to it. And the boss fights are pretty incredible too. Alright, the animations are smooth, and if you're looking for a game that leans into a more stylish action, but still carries that weighty combat feel, this is one to pick up. And this is coming out for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. And at number 4, we got Tunic. Now, don't let the cute fox protagonist fool you. Tunic actually has some difficulty to it. So it's a Zelda-inspired action RPG, but it's also a what the heck is going on simulator at the same time, because you start off and you have no clue what's going on. I mean, you don't even know how to play the game. They give you zero instruction at all. So if you want something that's going to mirror your Elden Ring experience, this is that. You can't even read the signs in the environment at first. Like you have to learn the language and uncover things. In the instruction manual that covers all of your moves and abilities and what everything that you pick up does, you pick that up along the way too. So this makes figuring out how to play the game and all of the tools that you use and all of the abilities that you have rewarding in and of itself. So if you like mystery, exploration, and strategic combat, but don't want to deal with a 100-hour RPG, Tunic is perfect for quick sessions. And you can pick this up on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. And at number 3, you got Hollow Knight. Now this is one of the most beloved indie games of all time. Hollow Knight is a masterpiece. It's a 2D Metroidvania with deep lore, brutal boss fights, and fluid combat. But what makes it great for beginners is the freedom. You can explore at your own pace, you can level up your skills and gradually get better without being forced into like impossible fights. It's actually a visually stunning game for its genre, and it has an incredible soundtrack and a world that begs to be explored. So there's a lot to take in here. And you can get this one on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. And at number 2, we got the Jedi series. I recently jumped back into this one and I'm like, man, this is good. This is good stuff. They have adjustable difficulty here, so you don't have to go balls to the walls with Souls-like combat out the gate. All right, you can just play the story mode and get the story in and get your feet wet. But you know, the game comes with satisfying lightsaber combat and Metroidvania style exploration, so you're gonna find yourself platforming. It's really fun to play. This series is one of the easiest entry points to Souls-like gameplay because you get the challenging fights without the extreme punishment of traditional Souls games. This is available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. And at number 1, we got Nightreign. Seeing as this is a FromSoft game, this is as close as you're going to get to an easy Souls-like because it's made by the people that originated the Souls genre. The devs prioritize accessibility, meaning that you get that Souls-like experience without the usual frustration. So you don't have to worry about leveling up your character, looking at stats, and figuring out what's going to work best. You just hit that level up button and you're good to go. Plus, the game has 3-player co-op, so you can play along with 2 friends, which makes the game a lot more accessible and easier to get into. And you'll be able to pick this one up on PlayStation and Xbox. Let us know in the comments which one of these are your favorites. Did we miss any? Should we add any? And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more Souls-like recommendations, and we'll catch you in the next one.